All right, welcome back into 365 Sports on this Friday, less than an hour to go, and we're going to talk a little bit of uniforms here. Thought it'd be nice to just change it up from kind of the same old stuff and throw a little wrinkle in when it comes to uniforms, because that's not something that we talk much about, and there's been enough news here of late, I think, just to fill a good 10 minutes or so when it comes to a couple of Big 12 schools that have made notable debuts of their new threads, Iowa State and West Virginia. I did want to make mention, though, we've already talked pretty at length, I would say, about Houston's decision to buck the NFL and roll forward with their Oiler tribute uniforms. And we talked to Joseph Duarte about that a little bit as well. And that was the main question I had for him, was about whether they were going to sell merchandise. Because to me, that's the whole key is I bet Garrett will buy.
I'm loading up.
Yeah, you'll buy a hat or something.
Everything.
And I think a lot of other people who aren't even necessarily Houston Cougar fans will as well. And so I think that from a merchandising standpoint, they should really take their time and nail that if they're going to put that out to the public. But what Joseph, I don't think he brought this up, but it was from his original article, is that the talk around Houston is apparently that they're going to spread that around beyond football. So maybe you see some basketball with some Love You Blue looking color. They have a Houston blue or whatever they're going to
screw blue. That's
screw blue. that would work as well. So the fact that it could be used by some other programs I thought was just interesting, and so we'll see how they follow through with that. But let's start off with Iowa State here, I believe is what I told you to go first. Here are the new threads for Iowa State football that were released this week. And I think there is a tremendous website out there that I'm going to lean on heavily that knows all of like the deep details. Now, the schools themselves typically roll out their press releases and they give you an in-depth look. I've seen where like some schools, I forget who it was a couple years ago, they had like a full-blown video with the Nike advisors, and like you can really go as deep as you want to into this. But I think Paul Lucas at UniWatch does like the best job of anybody when it comes to like nerding out on sports uniforms and noticing every little thing. And so here's Iowa State. These are what they're going to be rocking moving forward, and I'm going to lean on him to just kind of highlight some of what's different because I see it immediately. They look a little bit different, but there are some similarities. But you've got Cardinal white and black jerseys. Also, there are 3 helmets, Cardinal white and black, but the white helmet will actually have multiple logo options, so they can even change that up if they want to. And then they've got 4 pant colors. I don't think you see the gold in there, do you? No, but they will have Cardinal, white, black, and gold. So there's going to be a lot of options for Iowa State when it comes to uniforms. You got different logos and all that jazz. One thing noticeable was those sleeve stripes, which I think sleeve stripes look really good. I think they really can make a uniform pop. They have not had those on their uniforms since 2017, so that is one of the new wrinkles to those uniforms. Also, on the front, it says Iowa State across the front, right? That is a new addition as well. That is something that was on uniforms previously, but not here lately. So they have added Iowa State back to the front chest there. And he made note of the gold pants that aren't shown here that he reports are a part of the overall threads that allegedly Matt Campbell was not really a fan of those. But I think of Iowa State, and I do think of gold pants. Like, I picture that in my head. I watched Seneca Wallace running around like 30 years ago in gold pants. They also have kept the logo there opposite the Nike swoosh, I think it is in these pictures. Let me draw in closer. No, it actually is above the Nike swoosh. Those vertical stripes, do you know what those are? That
vertical stripes?
No, the logo on their jersey. Do you know what those vertical stripes are? The little patch above the Nike swoosh? You're not looking. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm looking at the screen right now. No, I don't know.
You don't see? It's hard to see
it's
from
like
where we're sitting.
It's like a cyclone claw scratch?
No, it is the Jack Trice stripes. If you look back at the old uniforms that Iowa State wore, you've seen that on their uniforms here lately. Like those are not. That's not a brand new logo. That's been around a little bit now, but they are keeping those, I guess is the point, while other changes are being made. So those Jack Trice stripes, that little vertical, almost Pentagon-looking logo, that is a nod to the uniforms that they wore. If you look back at a picture of him, they have those stripes on the jersey. So there you go. Those are the new Iowa State uniforms. I think they look pretty sharp. They have it all black like a lot of other teams do. I don't love the the white, black, white necessarily. Like it's probably my least favorite, but I can see where some people would love it. And I think they're far better than the uniforms they've been wearing, which seemed like USC light. When I initially saw them, I was never a huge fan of what they had been wearing. This feels more like old school Iowa State. This feels more like a blending of the old and the new.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the shoulder stripes look really sharp, and definitely I'm a fan of those, and I think those make them pop in a much bigger way than the threads we've been seeing here lately. So overall, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for Iowa State's new uniforms.
I'll say Iowa State's thumbs way up. That black and white combo over there on the right.
You like that one a lot.
I do like that one. It looks, look, it's not their colors, but as far as alternate uniforms go.
Okay, but that's
there it
kind
is.
of the catch.
Again, sometimes it makes no sense to me why people add a black uniform in because it just doesn't, it clashes with their color so much.
Right.
This does not. So, yeah.
I'm okay with, if the fan base is okay and they make money off of it, I just think they can get a little bit whack. Oregon, of course, can do whatever they want.
I think these are really traditional,
but
though,
I think
compared to Oregon.
There's nothing there that makes me go, wait a minute. So I think Iowa State gets a thumbs up.
Yeah, no, I think that they're sharp. I think that they did a good job with them. And, there's some differences that are maybe slight, like those shoulder stripes, but I think they make them pop pretty good. So there is the Iowa State set of uniforms coming up starting next year, and probably for the foreseeable future, those will be the new uniforms. So thumbs up to Iowa State. If you had to pick your favorite, which one would you pick?
In the chat room, thumbs up or thumbs down to the options that Iowa State, the Cyclones, have now with their football uniforms.
Yeah, so we know Houston's going to keep with their Oiler blue tribute, probably wear that once, maybe twice. Iowa State will be rolling those out. And then here over the last day or two, West Virginia also rolled out their all-black uniforms. Now, they had already set up the other uniforms that you will see, the base colors, their main colors. They had already released some glimpses into those previously, but these are their super special edition coal-themed uniforms. Of course, a tribute to the rich coal mining history there in the state of West Virginia, the tradition of miners, and just all of that meaning to the community of West Virginia. So these, to me, without even going into the detail just yet, look sick AF. Like, these look cool as hell to me.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple people, like anything, you're not going to get 100%, especially on social media, that, I don't know, that have a gripe of some sort. I think when everybody's got an all-black uniform for the most part at this stage, even you saw Iowa State's got their all-blacks in the new set as well. Like, everybody pretty much has one, had one, or will have one. These still look cooler than a lot of the other all-black uniforms. Like, these look awesome to me.
I like it because there's only basically two colors, although maybe white, silver, and black. And I love that combination.
I don't think
I've always enjoyed that combination, no matter what.
I don't even think you have to even – I think white's just an automatic on uniforms, but yeah.
But isn't that silver
that's
stripe in the middle?
Silver, yeah.
I love
pops.
that. To me, that pops. It's very well – it all jumps out at you. That's Gary Green, the quarterback. I loved it. When I saw that, that's when I think I sent it to you guys in the group text. I like, this is really nice. It's not like it's just not all thrown together. It makes sense. I love the color base, and I love the way it pops.
Yeah, I think those look awesome. I love silver and black. I think that's a really cool combination, and so those are really nice. And let me get into some details on that, courtesy as well of, again, Paul Lucas and UniWatch. They do a really good job for just fans of uniforms. If you've never stumbled onto that site,
I just sent it to him on the chat.
Like, you're gonna lose your mind when you see that website. You probably, if you're a fan of uniforms, though, you probably already seen it before. But the silver there, that pop of silver, the stripes, the numbers are stripes are reflective, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So that silver is a reflective color, and that actually references the safety reflectors located throughout underground coal mines.
Awesome.
So that silver has a purpose to it, and it does pop, and it looks awesome. The school said that they will be worn on select occasions. It didn't specify any dates, but I think that West Virginia, just for an alternate uniform, did about as bang up of a job. And the fact that you also have it, honoring your history of your state and all that, I think is really, really cool. So they've been teasing these uniform changes, and Those are their alternates. They also, like I said, that will be worn on special occasions. They also unveiled their base set of uniforms that they will begin wearing this year as well. And these have a lot of different, I guess, things going on with them in terms of some of the unique changes to them. But you do have, for the most part, the same colors that you've had, but there are some subtle differences that will be a part of this as well. For example, let's see here, where'd I have it? You got the blue, gold, and white jerseys and white pants. That will be the regular weekly uniform.
Those are on the right?
No, all of these will be the regular week. Blue, yellow, and white will be.
I thought you were talking. Yeah, that's the color. Yeah.
They'll be the regular weekly uniforms. They're using the Nike Vapor Fuse chassis to make it sound like the biggest deal in the world. But that's like, I guess, the base uniform and the latest technology that they're using. But here's the big differences on these. The Flying WV logo, which is the main logo that we know West Virginia for, right? That is now on the sleeves again. And it was not. Sleeves really make a difference, I've noticed, with uniforms, because it already looked way better than the uniforms they've been wearing for the last several years. But those WVs on the shoulders, the Flying WV logo, those are back, and they have not had those on the sleeves since 2012. So those were worn a lot during the Don Nehlen era, and then went away in 2013, and they'll have that on all three of the uniforms. The white jersey, according to the school, also, you'll notice on the Navy numbers, there's a yellow outline, which previously didn't have an outline, but I like that too. I think that makes it pop and look really cool. So those are a couple of the differences. Also, the shoulder stripes on the shoulders right there, those are also coming back. They had worn those up until 2012. Those are also, let's see.
2012 was when they scored 70 points. Why would they get rid of them?
No, yeah, that's a very fair question to ask. But yeah, that's
I put stripes all over the thing.
Right. I guess that was as a Nike thing, man. I guess that was one of those. But yeah, you'll have the shoulder stripes are back on the uniforms as well. I believe that's the first. That was part of it. The gold pants will feature the return of the Nehlen stripes on the pants as well. That's for the first time since 1993. There's also some differences, like West Virginia's across the chest on the white uniform, while Mountaineers will be across on the blue and the gold uniforms. So there's a little bit of a subtle difference there. You'll still have on all three the state outline and the state motto on the inside of the collars, and the collars are a little bit different as well. But the blue pants will also have those Nehlen stripes as well going down the side.
I love the white ones. I always thought, again, maybe I'm more – I just uniforms that are white. I know home and away, et cetera. Like I've always thought those were really, really nice.
Yeah, the white pants. While the blue get those Nehlen stripes, those gold stripes. The white pants have the blue, gold, blue striping, which you can't really see in that picture. But that's a nod back to the 60s, the 70s, and also a little bit of the Rich Rod era. So they're incorporating a lot. Like this wasn't just willy-nilly. They're actually taking into account a lot of different things that occurred over time, including the Rich Rodriguez era. So they have their special numbering and fonts that they've continued to have since 2019. But yeah, a lot of these can be matched and worn together. Apparently 9 different pant jersey combinations alone, and they'll have their regular helmet that they've always been wearing. But you'll notice on that white helmet, that is maybe one of the best helmets in college football. It doesn't have the Flying WV logo. It has the really cool state outline with the logo on it that I think are amongst the best uniforms that I saw last year, and certainly one of the best helmets as well. So, yeah, those are some of the details on that. You can get a little more deeper into it, but a lot of nods to Don Nehlen, even to Rich Rodriguez, just the coal mining industry, et cetera, and that's what West Virginia will be rocking. So it looks very similar, but there are enough subtle differences that I do think they've updated them into looking better. I think they look better than what they've had here recently, and it's more West Virginia. Like you can tell, it's West Virginia. It's not just some base uni set that Nike just trades off to people, because honest to God, they basically did that with Baylor. Like they basically took West Virginia's uniforms and said, blue is green, and here you go. I mean, that's what it felt like. And so now West Virginia has very much their own identity, and then you add in the black, and I like those. I think they're a definite upgrade on every single set that we see there. I love the white helmet. I think that's one of the, like I said, one of the coolest helmets in college football. And those all blacks are right up there with the best all black uniforms in the sport right now as well. So there you go.
Right.
Nerding out a little bit on uniforms, but a lot of that was coming down today. And so you got West Virginia and Iowa State with some updates. And looking forward to seeing, any more changes as they come down the pipeline with other schools that are worth talking about. We'll bring this back around, but just wanted to highlight that and talk about something a little bit different today.
All right, some thumbs up from inside the chat room. And let's see here.